There's a lot of vehicles on the sidewalk here. Many of the drivers are coming out. I actually saw 2 people come from one home, so double the penalty. Considering all the drivers are here, I guess they'll just leave with tickets instead of being impounded. The lady was asking, don't I have 5 minutes? That's to avoid towing, not to avoid a ticket. Because the reality is people will park on the sidewalk for hours, days, even weeks, and they only move it when there's an enforcer. How about when there's not an enforcer? People still want to use that sidewalk. Here's a perfect example. See these ladies walking in the road? Why should they have to suffer for the convenience of someone who owns an expensive car? So far the lady behind has actually refused to hand over her license. She might get surprised because I can see the tow truck right there. They'll be happy to pick that up and take it to Tamana. Although she's not happy, she did hand over her license. And she really made the right choice, because she might have ended up like this vehicle over here, which is about to be pulled onto the tow truck. Honestly, it's a lot easier just to take the ticket. It's only 1,000 pesos compared to towing. You're going to waste a lot of time, you're going to waste a lot of money. That's why towing always proved to be a more effective deterrent compared to the cheap ticket. They're also looking to tow this one off the sidewalk. The problem is, one of the windows is open, so they're a little bit concerned that later there could be a complaint saying, hey, why did you open my window? Did you go inside the car? Did you take something? As far as I can see, there's nothing of value inside the car. It looks pretty much empty. But yeah, looks like it's about to be towed away. You'll see these people, they're about to walk in the road because of this vehicle. I didn't realize, but they were also waiting for a tow truck to pick up this one. So yeah, a lot of vehicles being towed on Maginhawa. Sometimes the residents complain, they say, why do you keep clearing Maginhawa? Because there's so many complaints about the traffic. And even the business owners complain. They say people are parking in front of our store, sometimes obstructing access to our legitimate parking. And they say sometimes the drivers don't turn up until 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's why they also get complaints from business owners. If you look at the sidewalk here, nice and simple to walk along. It's wide, it's well defined, and then there's a car parked up ahead. And that's why the towing crew are getting ready to pick this up now for obstructing the sidewalk. If it was parked to the right on the private property or the easement, no problem. But because it's on the public sidewalk, it's getting towed away. Looks like the driver just came out for this one now. I saw the enforcer already started writing out the ticket. So again, to show a license, it's only a ticket for parking partially on the sidewalk, partially on the road. And just across the street, writing out a ticket to this one. I saw a lady a few moments ago. She was complaining, why would the government do this? Why would they clear the roads of illegally parked vehicles? Have you seen how much traffic people are sitting in every day? And a lot of the time when you get to the front of the traffic, you realize it's because of an illegally parked vehicle. And that's something you don't see too often. That dog is on a muzzle. You are actually required to keep your dog on a leash outside because of the anti-rabies law. That one we saw earlier, it's already been pulled onto the tow truck. I think this tow truck might have turned around and come back for round 2. Good morning everyone, MMDA back on the road, clearing a Mabuhay lane in Quezon City. You'll see 2 vehicles parked in the bicycle lane. This is actually a shared bicycle lane. If there's a bicycle here, they take priority. Otherwise, cars and motorcycles can use it. Even if there was no bike lane here, you still wouldn't be allowed to park here. It looks like at least one of the drivers has already come out, so as long as he shows a license, he can leave with just a ticket. They also issued a ticket to this motorcycle parked on the sidewalk. The crazy thing is, right beside where that vehicle is being towed away is a big empty lot with a couple of cars parked inside. I wouldn't be surprised if they're offering paid parking. If this car moved all the way forward, maybe they could have fit without obstructing the sidewalk. But unfortunately, as you can see here, any pedestrian would be forced into the road. And there's a lot of students walking around here trying to get to school. It's very dangerous if they end up in the road. In fact, saying that, it looks like the driver just arrived now, talking to 5 minutes. Most of what they tow every day is residential parking because it's too early, the businesses are not open yet. And there's also this motorcycle parked on the sidewalk, towing crew are picking it up now. This is another common complaint when people extend their canopies and their posts over the public sidewalk. And usually later in the day, these kind of things get worse with chairs and tables. In the past, most of the vehicles they saw parked here came from that condo building, and it takes them so long to get down here that by the time they arrive, it's already on the tow truck. Sometimes people would say there's no space available inside, and other times they say it's too expensive. Part of owning a vehicle is to have a parking space, and in fact, if House Bill 31 is passed into law, that will become a requirement. So that's one on the lifter, and then one on the flatbed, and then the final one is just about to be picked up now. I like this tow truck because it has the hydraulic lifter. See how fast that is compared to the manual type? Wow, that's kind of high. That rider was flagged down for a simple violation of driving in slippers. Looks like he does have a license, so the penalty is 500 pesos. But if the new penalties come into effect, it actually gets more expensive on the second time. And then on the third time, you can have your license revoked. I'll cut in a screenshot from GMA about that. It's not in effect yet. I can't even count how many times they've towed cars off the sidewalk in front of this condo. According to enforcers, they actually saw this parked here on Saturday, and I believe it was ticketed because there was a driver. So far today, there's no driver, so it's going up on the tow truck. They said that the driver told them he doesn't need to move it because it's not really an obstruction, that people can just walk around it. I wasn't there, so I didn't hear it, but the thing is, sidewalk is for pedestrians. It's not a parking area, and pedestrians shouldn't have to walk in the road. Over here you'll see people forced to walk in the road because of this Star Rex obstructing the sidewalk. I think it might be here for repair. The problem is, if it doesn't work, if it can't drive away, they'll have to tow it away, even if there's a driver. Look, even the children. If there's no MMDA here, there's so many cars that will be passing through here, motorcycles, tricycles, and you just pray that no one gets hit. That vehicle was already pushed off the sidewalk. They'll hook up the tow bar and then pull it with the truck. I don't know if it's in working condition, but nobody came out to give a license. That's why it ended up being towed. The team are now on Magenhauer. There's a lot of vehicles parked here. This one even has an MMDA sticker, plus Office of the President. But then on the other side, it has a plaque for a local telecommunication company. Gentleman just arrived now, saying this his car. He also has an MMDA sticker. The weird thing is, he's the second person to arrive trying to claim that car. His buddy here arrived earlier, but again, it was too late. Both of them said they don't work for MMDA, so I'm not sure why they're using those stickers. Well, I have an idea why they might be using them. And the streets they cleared today is actually part of the MMFF route. See, this driver came out now, so he'll be able to leave with just a ticket instead of being impounded. He already gave his license to the enforcer at the front there. This is a perfect example of why pedestrians sometimes walk in the road. Look at how steep that is. Convenient for those that want to park, very inconvenient for those who want to walk. This one was already ticketed quite a while ago. They were just waiting for the towing crew. So far no drivers come out, but maybe now they see the tow trucks, that might change. Ah, there you go, there is a driver. The problem is it's already hooked up to the tow truck. I'll show you the front.